Hey, what's up guys? Mr. Freecoiner coming back to you again today. I hope everybody's doing well and you're taking care of yourselves. And I hope you're keeping your eyes on this market. It's pulling back now, but hey guys, this is just the beginning of the storm. I think we are definitely headed for some good times ahead. Alright, so of course, before I get too far here, I do want to say I'm not a financial analyst. I'm just sharing my thoughts and opinions. So please only take it as that. This volume, as you can see here, it's come back a little bit. It's kind of cooled down. Definitely higher than what we've been seeing over the last few weeks. But I think it got almost up to almost a trillion on the trade volume, and the ledger payment volume was up quite a bit. It was, I want to say it got up to around 500 million. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, it was looking really, really good. But again, the pullbacks have to happen. We'll just see how it goes. We might even stay in kind of a sideways motion here for a while, and then break out closer to May, or after May 1st. Who knows? Thing is, the key, which is always patience. So, and stay positive. Always stay positive. Okay, price 33 cents we're sitting at. It was, I think I saw it at around 38 cents. I mean, of course, these are not prices that we want to sell at. We're just kind of watching it and waiting and seeing how all this is going to turn out, how it's going to build. It kind of reminds me actually of 2017. I wish I just had more knowledge back then. Man, I wish I had done the research that I've done now. But shoulda, coulda, woulda. It is one of those things. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some of these articles. Crypto markets tumble, leading Ethereum and Ripple to both drop over 7%. Again, it's just a pullback. It's normal, of course. I mean, if you talk to any of these guys who are into the TA, they will tell you this is just normal behavior of the market, and we're to actually expect it. I was listening to, I think it was the Working Money channel. He was talking about the fact that we've seen a double bottom. So I'm thinking, now this is my own personal gut. I'm just going off of the things that I've seen in the news, just different things, and the as far as the sentiment in the market and all that, but also the time frame. I think I just don't think we're gonna see a serious breakout where XRP hits $1 and Bitcoin hits 10,000 or anything like that. It would be after this month, I would say. That's what I feel. I think we're gonna see a little bit of a sideways motion, maybe a little bit of gain and loss over this time, but yeah, I think after May 1st, that's when we're going to start to see something. So moving on, Ripple XRP correcting down 7.7%, market brimming with confidence, and it should, because XRP is, there are so many again partnerships, so many companies adopting Ripple XRP. Even and some, I'll say most are adopting Xcurrent for now, and I think a lot of companies may even be using XRP. They just don't want to announce it until this clarity gets completely and utterly squashed as far as XRP being a security. Even though we did get some clarification from the SEC, they didn't just come right out and say, yes, this is exactly how it's going to be. And then also it was, I think the SEC even said that what came out was created by the staffers or whatever, not the official people. So, we're still waiting, even though I think that was more of a, just something to kind of pacify us for now. That's the way I felt about it. But we'll see. It's coming. We know it definitely is coming. All right, so moving on, Ripple XRP stability attractive for governments and financial institutions. Well, we know that. We know the IMF and all of these these central banks, and I mean they're adopting it. It is happening. Um, and personally, I'm just going to be honest with you. I see through the BS that's put out there. These, the IMF, these different central banks. I mean, let's be honest, guys. They're crooks. I mean, that's just all there is to it. But unfortunately, we are dependent on these crooks. So it is what it is. Once they adopt it, and the price goes up, we'll benefit too. I don't know. I'm still trying to decide how I feel about that, but I'm not going to turn it down. And at the same time, I'm going to do my little bit of good, what I can in the world, and you know, just try to make amends with it in that way. All right, so moving on. So here, Ripple signing production contracts at record pace. XRP liquidity crucial to success, says CEO Brad Garlinghouse. Now, of course, I'm sure a lot of you have already seen this stuff on Twitter. It's been all over the place. But I'm going to go ahead and read this portion anyway. We've had more momentum in terms of customer sales. I think we've signed about 3 production contracts. And again, these aren't experiments. These are production contracts per week in Q1. It was a record Q1 for us. 2018 was a huge year for us. So that's awesome. I mean, who knows what has happened since then. They've only gotten bigger. I'm sure, especially now with I'm sure after this mini little spike, they probably have more contracts on the table, as we approach the inevitable, which would be regulatory clarity. I mean, it's just going to get bigger. And again, we benefit from that. So it is a great thing. All right. So you know how sometimes you feel like you are just surrounded by a bunch of damn idiots who either because they really just need to be idiots or they just don't really get it? Well, here we are. This is a perfect example. I mean, decentralized Stellar versus centralized XRP, okay. Do I really even need to say anything? Decentralized Stellar? Really? Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, when I look at this, when I look at this picture, it kind of explains it all to me. Whoever chose this, I can kind of see what type of mental framework they're working with. I'm just joking. But yeah, it is pretty ridiculous that people are still saying. I mean, these types of articles are still coming out. And, the way I look at it is we're going to see these types of FUD coming out just trying to probably even, shake people, to make them less confident in their, in their investment or whatever. I mean, it'll likely keep happening. We'll probably even see something that almost seems like shattering. But again, we know the fundamentals, and that is that XRP, it's going to be the currency that everything runs on. That is just a fact. So, not much else to say about that. Now, one thing I do want to kind of address is the fact that I've never really shot down any other projects or talked bad about any other cryptos. At least I try not to. If I have, call me on it, but I really do my best not to, because the way I look at it is people have their money tied up, right, in these different projects. And whether they know better or not, it is just a fact that they have it there and they're expecting a return. So me, having what tiny bit of influence I might have, I don't want to use that to negatively impact anyone's investment. So the way I see the world is just like this. We have these influences that always want us having some type of contention between ourselves, right? And it's in every aspect of life. There's, your team versus my team, my company versus your company, my car brand versus your car brand. I mean, you can find a point of contention in everything. I mean, even the computers, PC versus Mac, which, is, yeah, there are differences, but a lot of times these differences are used as a reason to really, kind of separate yourself from people, right? A lot of these things are like that. And I'm just saying that all of this to say, I think what we should all keep in the back of our minds, right, is that we are in all of this. And I'm talking like the whole world, like everything that's going on. We're in this together. Just like we've all found common ground with XRP, and the bigger level, crypto. I mean, it doesn't matter where we have differences. We've been taught to always highlight the differences that we have with each other. But what I say is we should highlight the things that we have in common. We all live together here. We all need the same things on a daily basis. One saying that is very, very true is that no man is an island, and the more differences that you find, that we find between ourselves, we slowly start to isolate ourselves from one another, and ultimately that's the perfect setup for anybody who wants to conquer, right? That's the game plan. Divide and conquer. Because when you come up against a strong force of multiple people who are like-minded, you will have a very hard time defeating them. So, I want to. Someone mentioned in the comment, and they said, why is it that you always start to say some things that it's like you want to say it, but you stop short? Well, what I responded back to him was that the worst thing you can do is tell a man in a box that he's in a box. And what I mean by that is a lot of times people don't want to hear these types of things. They don't want to hear what's, they don't want to hear about the bigger picture. They want to just feed that, that self-indulgence. They want to feed what it is that they've been feeding all this time, because it's very difficult to break out of these boxes sometimes. But the reason why I'm saying this right now, guys, is because this is something extremely important for us to practice on a daily, just on a daily. When you come together, when you go to work, when you deal with anybody, just try finding things that you have in common as opposed to finding things that you have, or differences that you have between yourselves. I mean, we're all guilty of it. I am guilty of looking at the differences. I'm very guilty of it. We all are. Why? Because that is what we're taught from day one, that we're individuals. There's nothing wrong with having your individuality. That's what makes the group stronger. You have to look at it, if we're going back to biblical terms, we are a body. Now, if you look at your body, your eyes can't do what your ears do, right? Every part has its job, and to do the job well, it needs to be good at what it does. not focusing on something else. It can't, the eyes can't focus on, well, I want to try to hear, even though I'm seeing and I don't have all the equipment to hear, I still want to try to hear. No, we don't. We need to know that there are differences and that we are good at what we do as individuals, but always remember, we are all in this together. So I don't want to continue to preach on like that, guys. I didn't really mean to get too deep into that, but just something that was on my mind and I wanted to share it with you guys. So, if you have any comments on that, please let me know. Let me know what you think. Do you think I'm just full of it, or do you agree, or how do you see the world? Is it good to look for those differences, or is it good to look for those similarities? So, guys, as usual, I definitely appreciate all you guys. I want to call out a few people. I just can't think of the names right now, but hey, every one of you who have commented and shown your appreciation for me, I'm doing the same thing for you. Thank you. And that comes from the deepest part of me. Thank you very much. So, that being said, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not already done so. Also hit that like button and the post notification button. Make sure you come back and see me when you've seen that I've posted again. But this has been Mr. Free Corner. Take care of yourselves, and God bless.